What's up, guys? Today I want to show you how to use your Fujifilm camera. I don't think I've ever made a video quite like this. So for the most part, almost all the time when you're out shooting during the bright day, when the sun's shining, you can leave it on auto for the ISO and the shutter speed. So for the bright day, I said you could leave it on auto, but if it starts to get a little bit darker, you're gonna have to turn the shutter speed to like 1/125th of a second or so, because it's gonna slow down the shutter speed so much that the images get blurry. And if it's during the bright sunny day, you can keep the shutter speed all the way up. If you want to do it manually, have it 8,000 or 4,000 depending on how bright it is, because your ISO is still going to be pretty low if it's super bright. But yeah, if it starts getting darker, I would turn your ISO higher before I turn the shutter speed any lower than 1/125th of a second, especially if you're shooting something with a long lens or something far away. And I like to turn the exposure compensation down a little bit from 0. So I'm just shooting on the 50 to 230 right now from Fujifilm. This is the X-T2. This is a cheap lens, but it's still kind of fun for wildlife and landscape. It's good for video too because it has image stabilization, and this body does not. So I also usually shoot in slow motion. So you can set that up different ways in your settings, but for me, I've got it set here to this over tab to the right. To the left, I've got the film simulations. If you want something that looks natural, shoot in Provia. If you want it oversaturated, Velvia. Or if you want a nice black and white, you can go to Acros. If you're in the city, maybe classic chrome, but out in nature, I'm just gonna keep it on like the standard colors. So yeah, if I'm gonna do video, I usually use slow motion on this camera because this camera doesn't have any image stabilization in the body, just in the lens, and the slow motion really stabilizes it. And it's nice if you're getting like birds in flight and stuff like that. So yeah, you can really use this for video, even a cheap camera like this, cheap lens, cheap setup. But for photos, I just keep it in single shot, and yeah, it works really well. I like the autofocus. Let's see, I usually keep it all for most everything, video and photo. If I'm doing a bird, I might go over to a single point. See that little point there? And you know, that sometimes it works better if you're trying to get something in between tree branches and stuff like that, and it keeps focusing on the tree branches when you get it on all. So yeah, that works really well for birds. So yeah, I mean, you can turn face detection on and off. Also, you can change it to manual focus over here. I usually keep it in continuous because I do a lot of videos, but single shot's a little bit better for photos. There's some deer running out there. Maybe I should walk back that way. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this kind of content, scroll through this channel, check out my other videos, and hit the subscribe button because I got a lot more videos to come. Thanks for watching.